First, why might companies focus on new employees? Maybe because they need to get them up to speed quickly. New hires might lack specific skills required for the job, so training them could make them productive faster. Also, investing in new employees could help with retention. If they feel the company is investing in their growth, they might stay longer. Plus, new employees might bring fresh perspectives, and developing them could lead to innovation. On the other hand, neglecting long-term employees could be bad. They have a lot of institutional knowledge and experience. If you don't develop them, they might feel undervalued and leave, which would be a loss. Also, promoting from within is often good for morale, right? If long-term employees see a path upward, they're more motivated. But if the company only focuses on newbies, those veterans might get demotivated. Wait, but there's also the argument that long-term employees might be resistant to change. If the company is trying to innovate, maybe they need to invest more in new people who are more adaptable. Or maybe it's a mix. Companies shouldn't neglect either group. Maybe balance is key. But how? Resources are limited, so maybe prioritize based on company goals. If the company is expanding rapidly, then developing new employees is crucial. If it's in a stable industry, maybe focus more on retaining and developing existing staff. Also, different roles might require different approaches. For example, in tech, where skills become obsolete quickly, continuous learning is essential for everyone. So maybe both new and old employees need development, but in different areas. New hires might need more onboarding and role-specific training, while veterans might need leadership development or upskilling in new technologies. Another angle: cost. Training new employees can be expensive, but so is the cost of high turnover. If you don't train new people well, they might leave, which is a waste. Similarly, if you don't invest in long-term employees, they might leave, taking their experience with them. So the cost-benefit analysis might depend on the industry and specific company situation. Also, consider the message it sends. If a company only focuses on new hires, existing employees might feel like they're not valued, leading to disengagement. Conversely, if they focus too much on existing staff, new hires might feel unsupported and struggle to integrate. So a balanced approach that acknowledges both groups' needs might be best. But the question is whether companies should work more on new employees. So maybe in certain contexts, yes. For example, in a startup where the team is growing quickly, or in industries with high turnover rates. But in more established companies with low turnover, maintaining institutional knowledge by developing long-term employees is vital. I should also think about examples. Companies like Google or Amazon invest heavily in both onboarding and continuous learning. They have programs for new hires and also encourage existing employees to keep learning through various initiatives. That seems effective. But maybe smaller companies with limited resources have to choose. If they can't do both, they need to assess their priorities. Maybe if they're trying to innovate, invest in new talent. If they're maintaining quality and customer relationships, invest in existing staff. Another point: succession planning. Developing long-term employees ensures there's a pipeline for leadership roles. If you only focus on new people, you might not have experienced leaders ready to step up. So, leadership development for existing employees is crucial. But then again, bringing in new blood can prevent stagnation. So a mix is good. Maybe the key is not to prioritize one over the other, but to create a development culture that supports all employees. However, the original question is about whether companies should focus more on new versus old. So perhaps the answer is that they shouldn't focus more on one group, but ensure both are developed appropriately, considering the company's context and goals. But if forced to choose, the answer would depend on specific circumstances. However, generally, a balanced approach is better. But the user is asking for an opinion, so maybe argue that companies should not neglect long-term employees because their experience is valuable, but also ensure new hires are integrated well. Therefore, a strategic approach that allocates resources to both, perhaps adjusting based on current needs, is ideal.